Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here, youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the little notify bell next to it to make sure you always get your new Going In Raw notifications. If you hit the notify bell, click on all to make sure you never miss an episode.
Never miss, not a single one.
Going In Raw, or maybe 10 for the win.
Because we do something every day.
Every single day.
Every single day. We got sometimes multiple times a day.
We also have videos. 5 days a week. We've got bonus content over on the Patreon or for YouTube channel members.
Correct.
At $5 a month. And that goes for Patreon, and that's how much the cost of a YouTube channel membership is. You get 5 bonus episodes every week. That's 20 a month, assuming it's a 4-week month.
Guess if there's 5 weeks.
That happens 3 times a month? 3 times a year? 4 times a year?
I don't know. It makes my head hurt.
I don't know. Anyways, we have a couple
point
of
is
new...
you get more if there's an extra week in the month.
You got a bunch. We got a couple of new patrons
Awesome.
in. We've got, actually, Uno, one. One guy gets his very own shout-out segment, Josh Sayer.
Thank you, Josh.
Very much for your support.
Thank you.
We definitely appreciate it here at Going In Raw. Of course, right now we're talking about Worlds Collide, NXT UK Super Show, and it lived up to the hype, man.
Yeah, I mean, it may not have been takeover in terms of branding, but it was in terms of quality of the wrestling matches.
Oh, I agree totally.
And the worry with this, since, they tried to do some build, but, grand scheme, larger picture, there's not a whole lot of storylines I don't think is going to be affected.
Yeah.
Too much, so I thought they might instill some storyline, having Finn get involved, the DIY match or something like that. None of that happened. Title change, didn't expect to happened.
That was crazy. Yeah.
That was surprising.
Yeah.
A hell of a main event, especially considering that Alexander Wolf got concussed.
Scary moment.
3 minutes into it.
Super scary moment, yeah.
Pretty quickly in the match, and I don't know how much of that they had to kind of put together on the spot.
You could tell there's a lot of
communication for the first half of the match.
There's a lot of communication and a lot of, I'm not going to say confused or worried faces, but they were definitely a bit more zoned in because they all understood things are going to change now. Mm-hmm. But that didn't stop that period of time between Alexander Wolf getting tossed out of the match, getting injured out of the match, and about maybe the halfway point, maybe like 2/3 into the match, you could tell they were still figuring a lot of stuff out. The finish was spectacular. And it was great. Mm-hmm. It was just absolutely great.
Yeah, it was something else.
It was match after match. My personal match of the night, though, and this is on my contender list for match of the year, Mustache Mountain versus DIY.
It was tons of fun.
A total dream match, and my God, this was just an absolutely brilliantly delivered match.
It gave you a little bit of everything. It gave you hard-hitting stuff. It gave you comedy.
Yeah.
And everything in between.
Yeah.
And it was tons of fun. It was like everything you want in wrestling all in one match.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And good news, I know Big Red is still missing. The police have contacted me.
They start screaming at you again.
They have some leads. Please don't, because I don't want people, number one, your victim blaming is problematic. But, look, all that aside, we've got this interim title. I believe, I can't claim that. Devlin won, but besides Devlin, I called everything else. So, good job, me. I'm holder of this interim title. Doesn't mean the same as Big Red. No.
It's funny, now that you've won that title, it actually means something. But when I was like, this is interim title because I won Predictions for Wrestle Kingdom, it was like, no, there was no prize. Yeah. So you didn't win anything. But now that you have it,
this was
it's legitimate.
This apparently was, I didn't even know it was on. This was on the line as the new vacant interim title.
No, it was on the line. I put it up because I won Wrestle Kingdom Predictions. You can look at the score.
Well, it was the vacant because there was no prize. So anyways, agree to disagree or agree to agree with me.
No.
Right here. I suppose I'll maybe put this up tomorrow.
Yeah, you have to. I put it up today. You have to put it up tomorrow. Unless Big Red turns up.
So anyways, can I put some stickers on this?
No.
I'm going to put a big old sticker on my head like Allison Kay.
No.
Now Thunder Rosa's going to
Allison Kay lost that belt.
Anyways.
Hopefully
job, me.
You suffer the same fate tomorrow, losing your title.
We'll find Big Red eventually. We'll get to
Well, I'm
him.
guessing if, I wouldn't be surprised if that thing gets lost at some point today.
I feel really good about my Rumble predictions, though.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Good for you.
Thank you. Kicking off the kickoff show match, Mia Yim versus Kaylee Ray.
Really fun match.
And this is a fun match. This was cool. This is good stuff. I liked it.
Mia Yim starts off quick, shotgun drop kick at the bell.
Oh man, yeah.
Fast start.
Oh boy.
Kaylee Ray is like, "What's up? Why would you do that?"
Yeah.
Slaps her. Mia Yim more or less no sells it, keeps up the offense until Ray reverses the move into a tornado DDT that gets her a 2 count. She stays in control. She hits like a huge chop on Mia Yim. It was huge. Mm-hmm. And then Mia responds with a chop of her own. Ray then hits a super kick, 2 count for Kaylee Ray. Ray goes up top for a swanton. She misses. Mia hits a clothesline, a kick, a neckbreaker, tornado DDT. Only a 2 count though. She has a suicide dive, puts Ray back in the ring. Ray hits with a super kick, sends Mia from the ring, hits the somersault senton ringside. That was great.
Yeah, that was great.
Back in the ring, they're trading blows. Kaylee Ray sets up for the gory bomb. Mia reverses that to code red, or I believe as she calls it, code blue.
Yeah.
Gets a 2 count. Mia goes for eat defeat. Kaylee escapes that, reverses into eat defeat of her own.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool.
Neat. That was really
2
neat.
count. And then Mia Yim hit a destroyer and planted
beautiful
Kaylee Ray right at
destroyer.
the top of her head.
That was like the best destroyer I've seen since Ricky Morton busted his out.
Yeah.
Because that was unexpected.
That was unexpected.
Goldust has a shockingly good
yeah,
destroyer
man.
too.
He's got a great destroyer.
Is it okay? Well, hold on a second though. I'm not a wrestler. You're not a wrestler. Do we know? Does it matter? Like, is it the guy selling it or is the guy doing it? That really is the person to credit for it.
I think it's the person taking it.
Yeah, because they have to
jump and do the full flip over.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, anyways, well done. Or
Yeah.
no, Kaylee Ray, well done. Yeah, head just planted. It looked beautiful.
It was great.
It looked really good.
It was great. Finished the match, saw Mia Yim go for an O'Connor roll. Kaylee Ray reverses that into kind of an O'Connor roll of her own, and she's right next to the rope, so she kind of leans back,
Uses it as leverage.
and pins Mia Yim to get the win.
Mm-hmm, yeah, kind of a shady win, but also kind of not. You know,
Fun match though, really fun match.
Yeah, she outsmarted Mia Yim there. Real fun match. But the card kicked off, of course, with Finn Balor, real, versus Ilya Dragunov. I was very much looking forward to this match, and it did not disappoint.
No, hard hitting,
Hard-hitting.
a lot of theatrics.
Bleeding.
Yeah, Finn was bleeding from his nose.
And it just gave Finn a lot of momentum heading into TakeOver Portlandia.
Against Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
Indeed. Early on, there's this great bit where there's kind of a bit of a standoff, and Ilya does his pose to Finn, and then Finn starts to do
the
gun fingers, and Ilya like chops him in the throat.
Part of me really wishes that was the finish of the match.
I know.
He just rolled it because Finn sold the crap out of it, and it looked
Yeah.
vicious.
Yeah, it was great.
It was awesome.
And so Ilya eventually gets the upper hand. He hits a crossbody off the middle rope, first rope, to ringside. Goes another move off the top rope to ringside. Finn escapes that like the axe handle. Finn has advantage now. That is until he goes for a suplex. Ilya reverses it into a suplex of his own. Later hits Finn with a huge clothesline. Hits the second rope knee. 2 count. A lot of stuff in here was like really fast. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of sequences, a lot of stuff going on in a really short amount of time.
Yeah.
Hard to keep track of, so it's this ebb and flow. Finn goes for a 1916. Ilya escapes that. Finn hits that elbow like Braun kind of does, where he has him in a headlock and elbows him.
I don't like that move.
Yeah. Follows with a sling blade.
Don't like that move either.
Goes for the shotgun drop kick.
I like that move.
All right,
that's
make
a good
sure.
one. I like that.
Instead, Ilya hits him with a knee. Dragunov follows with that German suplex where he grabs him by the crotch, kind of,
Yeah,
or puts his arms underneath crotch.
real high angle.
Yeah,
looks great.
dumps them essentially on their head.
Yeah.
Gets them a 2 count. That move prior that Ilya tried from the top rope that missed, succeeded this time.
Right.
He follows that with kind of like coast to coast. If Finn was maybe like 2/3 from the corner he was jumping from, not the full stretch. Finish though, saw Ilya go for a top rope senton. Finn gets his knees up, shotgun drop kick, coup de grace, 1916 for the win. I was kind of hoping for some funny business here towards the end. The part of Johnny Gargano was not forthcoming.
I like it clean, man. I like it clean.
Apparently, Triple H does too, because that is what happened.
Yeah. Speaking of clean, though. Oh, no? Okay. We'll move on then. After that, we had, let's see here, the
Grizzled Young Veterans and the Broserweights.
This was so fun.
We're sitting ringside.
So, obviously, these two are the finalist teams for the Dusty Classic, which is going to be taking place on NXT this week. Should be great. So, Kathy Kelly is there, and she announces formally that the winner of the Dusty Cup gets a title shot at TakeOver.
Yeah.
So that obviously means, like, if the Grizzled Young Veterans won, they would get a shot at
Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era. Okay. Not Gallus again.
No.
Their brand.
Yeah.
So they would then.
Yeah.
I mean,
but they're not winning that match.
It's just a foregone. They're not even.
Broserweights are winning. They made T-shirts for the Broserweights. They're probably going to win those tag titles from Undisputed Era.
My head says you're completely right. My heart is broken because it agrees with my head.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I really want Grizzled Young Veterans to win this, but there's not a chance. And that bums me out.
They started making shirts for the Broserweights. You know they're going to win those tag titles.
That bums me out so much. Because I was thinking maybe they'll have a feud between Riddle and Pete Dunne coming out of this. Because I don't know, man. You think they're going to take those tag titles off on Undisputed Era?
Surprised.
That prophecy is just falling apart.
It really is, and I think
tonight was
their loss tonight is now is running in inverse of how it was leading up to the prophecy and winning all the titles. Things are starting to fall apart. It's probably all going to culminate at Tampa. In Tampa,
yeah, you're
Adam
right.
Cole losing that NXT title
to Keith Lee, or
maybe Ciampa.
Yeah, maybe Ciampa. I guess I don't know. Anyway, so Zach Gibson. He's interviewed first by Kathy Kelly, and it's a great promo.
You know, he says, Matt Riddle, nothing even on your resume.
Yeah,
and he got James Drake mouthing the words of what Zach Gibson's saying is great.
With the Grizzled Young Veterans soon to be recognized as the winner of the Dusty Classic.
It's pretty great.
But then of course, Kathy takes the mic over to Matt Riddle. And it's just classic.
Oh yeah.
He says,
why so serious?
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, we saw you last week. You were smiling. I'm smiling. Pete over here is smiling. Trust me, this is his happy face.
So he's doing this on the mic, not looking at Pete Dunne, and he says, "Trust me, Pete Dunne, my partner, he's smiling right now, grinning from ear to ear, while Pete Dunne has a stone face on." And then Matt Riddle looks over,
and he goes.
And is shocked to see that he's not actually smiling.
That's his happy face.
That's his happy face.
And then they go to Pete Dunne. He'll say, "I'll just be blunt."
And of course, it's nothing but weed innuendo. Yeah, he's like, "I'll be blunt." Oh man, he says.
Then, you can basically Matt Riddle's basically giggling at this point.
Yeah, he says Matt Riddle's gonna smoke the two of you, and the crowd's going crazy for this. And then he says, by the end of it, you're gonna see you're gonna come to a better end or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they do their pose thing, and it's just brilliant.
They're so good together.
It's absolutely brilliant.
They're so good together.
Anyways, before we continue, here's some breaking news from the sponsor of today's show, Manscaped. We're here to bring you a pubic service announcement. After 18 months of research and development, very serious business, we can confirm here on Going In Raw that Manscaped team of engineers has created the greatest ball hair trimmer known to man.
As you all know, we've been talking for some time about Manscaped and how it helps you protect your ball skin.
Ball skin?
Man, Lord knows it saved me from suffering through any more grooming mishaps and trying to get the nether regions free of overgrown bush.
Ow.
And we're happy to tell you all that Manscaped has created a new and improved Lawnmower 3.0 and it's available right now.
That's right. The Lawnmower 3.0 features a cutting-edge ceramic blade, new and improved skin-safe technology, as well as the nifty LED light attached to the trimmer.
To the trimmer?
So you can make sure that you're trimming ball hair and not ball skin when grooming your man zone.
Wow.
Crap, where was I? Keep your undercarriage free of cuts and snags with Manscaped. And I got so into it.
You did.
I lost where I was.
And if you're listening to us right now, then you're one of the first to hear about this life-changing product. We want all of you, not just some of you, but all of you, to experience this wonderful new product firsthand. Trust us, your balls will thank you.
They'll be down there.
Thank you, friendo. I so appreciate it.
That's what my balls sound like. Right now, get 20% off and free shipping with the code GIR at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code GIR. After that, we had Fatal 4-Way Cruiserweight action, a brand new Cruiserweight Championship title belt.
And a brand new Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, true, to hold that title. So Angel Garza.
You know, I guess we should have saw it coming before when the match started. There was one competitor wearing purple in that ring, and his name was Jordan Devlin.
Yeah, man. So there's like purple, like a purple backing, like a shiny purple backing behind the silver plate.
Yeah,
of
there's
the
like
new
little
Cruiserweight
shots
title.
of purple kind of like jutting forth from the center plate. And now instead of the WWE logo in the middle, it's the NXT logo.
And it's a black strap, but I swear under some of the lighting, some of it looked like it had just a hint of purple to it. So I don't know if it's a purely black strap.
Maybe some iridescence to it.
Yeah, that could be.
The strap looks like it's made of the same material as the purple one because it did have some texture on it.
Yeah.
So it looked like the same kind of material. So maybe, I don't know.
It looks good. It needs a couple. They need to keep it around for a couple of years so it gets a little more weathered.
Yeah, it looks too new.
Yeah, it looks great though. So this was, of course, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Jordan Devlin, Travis Banks, and Angel Garza, the champion, coming into the match. And this was great. It kicked off. Angel Garza, of course, he wanted to immediately go to taking off them pants.
Yeah. By within the first, 2 minutes of the match, he seems to have irritated everybody else in the ring with him. And so everybody's up. He's like, hold on.
Wait,
starts to do the tearaway, and everybody kicks him.
I'm getting
Instead
sweaty.
of letting him do his pant gimmick.
Yeah, the crowd booed that, by the way.
Angel Garza was super over.
He's big time over.
So the action continues. We see Swerve hit a Death Valley driver on Devlin ringside, and then Swerve gets up. Travis Banks kicks him from the apron, and then Garza does a tope on Isaiah Scott. And then Travis Banks, as Garza's getting up, hits him with a double stomp off the apron. And Travis Banks was actually in control for a good stretch. So much so, in fact, he got off both his finishers and wasn't enough to win.
No.
That was later on, though.
Poor guy.
I know. Eventually, though, Garza takes control. He rids himself of his tearaway pants.
Finally.
Yeah. Sets up for a powerbomb, power slam combo on Devlin and Banks. And Scott goes up the top rope. He hits a double stomp, forcing the power slam combo to happen. That was a really cool bit.
Yeah, that was really neat.
Garza goes for the pin on Banks, only gets him a 2. We get Swerve and Garza 1-on-1. Swerve goes for his finish, and he's about to kick Garza in the head. Travis Banks comes out of nowhere and drop kicks him.
That was great.
Yeah,
Banks had a lot of great spots in this match.
It was a really good showcase for Travis Banks, even though he didn't win.
Yeah, it was a great
Save for the spot where his finishes were completely buried.
He's on permanent showcase duty, man.
I know. So Devlin goes for his finish, Devlin's side. Banks reverses it into a destroyer. That was awesome. Everybody's down. Everybody's selling. Banks goes up top. Garza pushes him off. He goes up top. Swerve meets him up there. They're brawling for a bit. Jordan Devlin meets him up there. Hits kind of a double Spanish fly.
Yeah.
And as he's getting up from that, that's when Travis Banks hits Slice of Heaven and a Kiwi Crusher. Jordan Devlin kicks out.
Yeah. And
no one
he
can even
didn't
break it up.
It was at, it wasn't at 2.9. It was like at 2.2 3/4, you know?
Maybe 2.6.
2.6, yeah.
So Swerve, he comes to. He puts Travis Banks up in the electric chair position. Garza goes at the top. Drop kicks Banks, and that because of that, Banks hits a poison rana on Swerve. And then Garza picks up Swerve, hits him with the wing clipper. Devlin he breaks up the pin, headbutts the crap out of Garza.
That was great.
And then hits Swerve with Devlin's side for the win. Shocking outcome. Did not expect that at all.
And the thing that I loved about it is that, being nerdy wrestling fans, of course, a lot of people were like, whoa, was that a 2% botch? Like, because Garza was trying to get there.
To break up the pin, yeah.
But it was obvious that and then immediately Jordan Devlin picks up the mic. But it was one of those endings that was so shocking. You thought, was this supposed to happen?
Yeah, and Garza sold the moment perfectly. He gets in there right as the ref's hand falls for the 3 count, and immediately he just kind of covers his face, like, gosh darn, that was just that far away
Yeah.
and just that much too late.
But he would have been fine. I mean, if he actually was meant to break it up, he could have broken it up.
Oh, yeah.
Devlin gets on the mic and he gets up on one of the
Announce tables,
and delivers a pretty great promo.
Never bet against the Ace.
Never bet against the Ace. And man, so I don't know if he's going to take that title back to the UK and pull double duty on NXT and UK, or if he's just going to be a fixture on NXT and possibly 205.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever they happen to do that.
Yeah.
So in any event, this seems like a big promotion for Jordan Devlin. And I think it's terrific. Going into it, I thought, man, I feel like he's sort of beneath this match, or he's above this match, because I'd rather see him being the guy who like challenges Walter down the line.
Yeah.
Kind of seems obvious that's not going to happen.
But it's good he got a title nonetheless.
It's fantastic. And here's the thing. He's going to be putting on, because that division is truly great.
Yeah.
He's going to be putting on some terrific matches. I mean, him versus Leo Rush will be great.
Just give me a protracted feud between him and Angel Garza, please.
Him and Angel Garza, Swerve Scott's there.
Yeah.
Tons in it. When Gallagher comes back, is he gone? Is he injured or something?
Oh, I don't know.
Or is he just, I don't watch 205 anymore because I never know when it's going to be on.
Yeah.
Then when it's on, I'm like, it's Friday night. Who wants to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next, we see Chelsea Green and Robert Stonebrand
That's right.
walk down to ringside.
Chelsea Green looked like literally $1 million in that dress. Holy crap. That was awesome. And
They just have a seat, though.
and they just sat down. They just sat down. After that, we also after that, okay. I thought there was more people in the seats,
No,
but that was
afterwards.
later. After that, man, I told you, this is on my early list for match of the year.
It's really good, man.
Mustache Mountain versus DIY.
Here, I'm going to highlight it and put the type in red so we remember that.
Good. Can you go back and locate stuff that's highlighted in red
Probably not.
in Google? What if you do this? What if for all these we put MOTY?
There you go.
And then when
we
you
search it,
MOTY,
2020.
2020. There you go.
There we go. Now we have a tag,
Good.
so to say.
Good.
Good. Like we said earlier, this match had everything. Comedy, yes.
So the great thing is,
Great technical wrestling, yes.
we figured this would be a gentleman's exhibition.
Yes.
And that's how
sporting
it's-
contest. Yes.
That's how it started out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't too deep into the match when it just started turning into violence.
Yeah, thanks to Ciampa.
Just so much violence.
He wasn't really into the idea of like a good sporting wrestling match.
No.
No, he wanted to hurt
He
people.
would only take so much of
He
that.
wanted to hurt people.
Yeah.
He wanted to hurt somebody. So anyways, Gargano and Tyler Bates start. Good technical back and forth between the two of them.
Matt Wrestling
Matt
World
wrestling
of
at
Sport.
its finest. It was great stuff. Ends in kind of a stalemate. They shake hands.
This is the kind. It is like, this is going to be gifted by who gives? Somebody gives. Man, I forget now.
What?
Well, I guess Lariato does.
WWE stuff is usually Total Divas. At.
No. World
Oh.
of Sport.
Oh yeah.
Whenever
yeah,
you see
yeah.
World of Sport gifts.
Yeah, Lariato has
Yeah.
one. So Trent and Ciampa are in. Ciampa does the Mustache Mountain thing, and Trent's like, no, this is how you do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so Ciampa poses, shows off
Yeah.
his massive guns, and Trent's all getting warmed up like he's gonna do it. Shakes Ciampa's hand.
And then you sort of see him say, "I'm not gonna compete with you on that."
Yeah, it was great.
one. Ciampa laughed at that.
So there's some more back and forth. Again, pretty gentlemanly. Ends in another bit of stalemate. Bate comes in. He and Ciampa do a test of strength.
Yeah,
Wildly entertaining.
Well, they
stuff.
do a pose down first too,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
then they do a feats of strength.
Test of strength. Bate with the early advantage. Ciampa turns table. Bate gains the upper hand again, and they do the thing where they both are on the mat and bridge up with their neck. And then Ciampa's done playing.
Yeah,
Drops Tyler Bate with a massive forearm, then a knee, and Johnny gets the message. He got
yeah.
the memo pretty
yeah,
quick.
Yeah.
He goes and kicks Trent off the apron, and then they tossed Bate and Trent over the announce table. They sit on the apron. They do the clap thing,
Yeah.
patting themselves on the back.
Oh, it was terrific. It was No, we're on the same page and we're not messing around.
Yeah.
It was great.
So DIY are in control. Tyler Bates the one isolated. You're so used to seeing Trent Seven be the one take the beating, and for Tyler Bates to get the hot tag.
There was nothing that was conventional about this, and they turned everything they do into a variation,
Yes.
or just a creative variation on it.
A lot of this match felt like their third or fourth match in the series. The
Yes.
way they were
You're right.
anticipating each other's moves, responding before the other team could even get off what they were trying to get off.
It was like they had a history already.
Exactly.
It was great.
It was really good. So Tyler Bate eventually gets the hot tag to Trent Seven. Trent clears house. He drops Ciampa with a massive power bomb, goes to the pin. Ciampa kicks out. And I've never seen Trent do this before. He did a cartwheel. And at the conclusion of cartwheel, he clotheslines the hell out of Ciampa. Goes for another pin, gets a 2. Trent goes for the 7-star lariat. Ciampa avoids that, hits him with a jumping knee. They both get tags to Gargano and Bate. Gargano hits Bate with a slingshot spear, only gets him a 2 count. Gargano sets up for a suicide dive, and he's rebounding against the ropes. Trent grabs his ankle, and then Ciampa clocks Trent to free Gargano. By this time, Bate gets on the apron. Ciampa turns around, knees him off. Gargano then hits suicide dive. We get stereo DDTs from Ciampa and Gargano. Ciampa hits a draping one on Trent. Gargano a slingshot one on Bate. Only a 2 count though. This was rough. Bate goes for a second rope European uppercut. He eats a massive knee from Ciampa. He goes for fairy tale ending. Bate escapes that. Bate tries for Tyler Driver. Ciampa escapes that. Eventually he does hit a Tyler Driver. Ciampa kicks out. And then Trent chops Ciampa right in the face.
Yeah. Ooh.
Right in the face.
That was rad.
Then we get a bunch of series of roll-ups and moves and counter moves. Everybody kicks out. Everybody's down selling. Give the crowd a chance to give a standing ovation for how awesome this match has just been thus far.
Yeah.
And there's so much more to go.
Yeah.
So they come to Bate hits an exploder on Gargano, follows with a standing shooting star press. Johnny gets his knees up. A bunch of back and forth between the two of them. Bate does the airplane spin for a little bit, but Gargano eventually reverses that into Gargano escape.
Yeah.
Ciampa cuts off Trent from trying to break that up, puts him in the arm bar. So we've seen this moment several times. It's how they won. DIY won the tag team titles from the Revival. And then, however, Mustache Mountain, they power out,
and that's something we haven't seen before.
No,
to my recollection, they're all in there, and they're getting they're in the submission.
Well,
moves.
they are big, strong boys.
They're big, strong boys, and that's what this was. So they power out. They get these guys up, and they both start doing the spin in orbit around each other.
Pretty great.
Oh man, it was terrific.
And then they pop Johnny up. Both hit a double sledge on him. Gets a 2 count. And then Bate does the rebound thing off the ropes. Goes for a lariat. Ciampa ducks. So Bate accidentally lariats Trent 7.
Yeah.
And he turns around, eats a huge knee from Ciampa.
So then DIY set up for the meet in the middle thing, and Trent comes too, and he goes and he covers Tyler Bate.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, don't do it.
And then DIY's like, all right, they go for it. Tyler and Trent get perfect timing. Both hit bop and bang at the same time.
Oh, it was
God,
beautiful.
it was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. So Mustache Mountain hit their finish, the Burning Hammer knee drop thing. Ciampa kicks out. And then Mustache Mountain, I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
A double Burning Hammer.
Yeah, it was
they
awesome.
both hit a Burning Hammer on Ciampa. And then Bate follows with a corkscrew splash. But as he's about to land, like Ciampa kind of rolls over.
Yeah.
So Trent's on top
This
of
was
him
crazy,
now.
yeah.
And then so Bate hits Trent instead of Ciampa.
Yeah.
And at first, Bate's celebrating because they think that's it. They won the match. They realize what
Right.
happens. And he breaks up the pin because Ciampa covers Trent after that. Eventually, though, there's a bunch of strikes back and forth. DIY fends Mustache Mountain off. They hit meet in the middle on Trent 7, of course,
Yeah.
to get the win. But, man, what a match.
Oh, just absolutely terrific.
So much fun.
It was so creative. It was so much fun. That's the kind of shit I like to see. It was just fantastic. Then we got some ringside stuff. Mercedes Martinez sitting ringside. I love that she got her moment.
Yep.
Dakota Kai.
They also, in the replay, or the highlight reel at the end of the show, they showed Keith Lee and Mia Yim sitting ringside. That must happen when I used
You went to the restroom. Yeah. But they've already been signed to NXT.
Oh, I know. I like Keith Lee.
Yeah, Keith Lee's great. He had his title with him, and Mia Yim.
Mia Yim's great, too.
She's terrific. So they've been signed to NXT. Congratulations.
Congratulations. They signed in. Keith Lee and gave him the North American title.
Yeah, exactly.
Right away.
Yeah.
Here's your signing bonus, Keith. So we see Mercedes Martinez. We cut to Dakota Kai. And as soon as I think, wow, they should have Tegan Knox attack her, Tegan Knox attacked her.
They go through the barricade.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Yeah. Security tries to break him up a couple times. Tegan Knox.
Tegan lost a shoe.
Yeah, she lost a shoe.
Spearing Dakota through the barricade. It was awesome.
Eventually, they were
separated. And then Bianca Belair also sitting ringside. Congratulations to them all for signing with NXT.
These new Performance Center signees. After that, we had Toni Storm versus Rhea Ripley. Look, man, I know they tried to bring it. I don't know if it was simply because this followed DIY versus Mustache Mountain, but it's kind of felt like paint by numbers. For
You
these
never
two.
felt like Rhea was ever in any danger of losing the match.
No, at no point.
They tried. They tried to have Rhea really sell her neck.
Rhea was doing a heck of a job selling in this match. There were a couple times, when Tony Storm German suplexed her into the turnbuckle.
That was early on. That's when she started selling it. Yeah.
She sold it really big there, and there was another bit. I forget what it was, and she was
Yeah.
selling it there. But yeah.
Oh yeah, Rhea like planted herself with that DDT from
Yeah,
Tony.
that's
She was
right.
really, and then Tony went into like a neck crank afterwards. So they were really trying to tell the story. It just didn't really feel like there was. And at no point did you think, oh, Rhea's going to lose.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you sort of look. They showed Bianca Belair in the crowd in the first place, and you just know going in, and that wouldn't have prevented me from being really into this match per se. But I just don't feel like they brought anything new to the table. It's funny because this.
I felt like, and granted, I don't think it was enough to really counter what I think you're about to say.
The roles were reversed.
Well, Tony Storm was working more aggressive than she normally
does. She was
does.
working a bit heel, and Rhea was working face. And we haven't seen that before.
And between the two of them, no.
Between the two of them, yeah,
Yes.
because they've had a couple matches.
Yeah.
But I feel like with Mustache Mountain versus DIY, what you said is completely true. This felt like their third match because they were referencing a bunch of past stuff, and I didn't feel that with this,
Because
even though
this
this
is
was
their
this
third match,
was
yeah.
their third match in NXT.
Yeah.
Or the entirety of NXT. So yeah, but it wasn't a bad match. No. It just felt a bit paint by numbers.
Yeah. I think it was just lacking drama.
Yeah, and you kind of need that.
Yeah, totally. Especially when you just come out of a match that's just like filled with drama.
Mm-hmm.
Because you walk into that, you think DIY is probably going to win this because this is kind of their reunion tour.
Yeah.
But man, the way that match was laid out and booked, totally thought if Mustache Mountain had won, totally could have been believable. Totally.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, dude.
And the crowd would have popped huge for it.
Here's the thing: that the vacant interim title was on the line, and I knew that it came down to this match. I was so rooting for Mustache Mountain towards the finish. I was so rooting for them. But yeah.
So, anyways, we'll go through the major beats here. Back and forth to start. Tony kicks Rhea and then follows that German suplex into the second turnbuckle. And Rhea rolls out of the ring. She really starts selling the neck. Tony gets her back in. Continues working neck, DDTs, headlocks, neck cranks, the like. They start trading blows in the middle of the ring. And that's when Rhea makes a comeback after a couple clotheslines. She gets some knees, a drop kick, and then boots Tony into the corner. Picks up Tony, dumps her on her face, locks in the reverse cloverleaf. Tony, though, escapes, sends Rhea into the ropes. Tony goes for another German suplex. Rhea fights that off, goes for Riptide. Tony reverses that into a crossbody that gets her a 2 count. Tony goes for Storm Zero. Rhea escapes that, but Tony later hits German suplex, working the neck, gets a 2. Tony hits a headbutt, goes up top for a frog splash. Rhea moves, and this hits Riptide after that for the win.
Mm-hmm. After that, we had outside in the lobby, evidently.
No, it was like in the catering area.
Oh, yeah, there was a table there. That's right. Gargano was being interviewed, but partway through, he didn't really have anything much to say. Finn Balor attacked him, threw him into catering. Mustache Mountain comes in, makes a save. Tyler Bate and Finn Balor had a bit of a stare down.
That they did.
Just send Mustache Mountain to NXT Prime,
please.
and let's get Big Strong Boys.
Yeah.
Getting it going. They get a British Strong Style reunion with Peter Dune.
That'd be great.
Terrific.
That'd be great. And that brings us to our main event. And as we mentioned earlier, pretty early on, Alexander Wolf gets knocked out. Legit. So there's a double team spot where was it O'Reilly or Strong hits Wolf with a knee from behind, and Bob Fish is supposed to kick him in the chest.
Yeah.
Whether the kick was a little bit too high or Wolf was a little too forward, I don't know. He ends up taking that kick right in the face, right in the mouth, it looked like. And he is out cold.
Yeah.
So Bob Fish goes to cover him right after the kick, which I'm sure was planned. And you can see this the way Alexander Wolf falls, that he was out.
Yeah.
And Drake noticed pretty quickly that Wolf wasn't moving, I guess, or wasn't making any effort to kick out. And so he did the thing where he puts the hand, he stops the count and puts the hand under the shoulder. He's like, no, 2, and he's on it immediately.
Boy, Drake is good.
Yeah. He's on it right away. He looks at him. He's like, okay, X. He's out. He gets Bob Fish back. He starts communicating to everybody what's going on.
The camera also it gets off of Wolf and it just starts going up towards Fish, and Fish is just super concerned right there, and he's trying to like act like he's going to get back in there, but it's obvious.
He makes like an effort to like he's going to bring it to Wolf again, and Drake pushes him back.
Yeah,
and they keep the camera off Wolf.
Yeah,
until
which is even scarier.
I know, until Walter gets in the ring.
And then you even see when they finally get Wolf out of the ring, you can see in the corner of the picture.
He
is out of it, and he's
limp.
like he's on his feet at first, like with help, and then even with help, he starts going back down, and it was a really scary thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'll check to see if there's been an update on that.
Okay, so they have Walter come in. Adam Cole's in. Walter just starts immediately overpowering Adam Cole. Cole eventually they'll kick him in the corner. Roddy's in. Walter drops in with a huge boot. But during this stretch of the match, there's a lot of talking. Mm-hmm. And they're all really good at making it look like there's talking crap. There's even one point where Bob Fish is maybe 2/3 of the way down from his corner towards the corner, kind of that's equidistant from his corner and Imperium's corner. And Walter walks roughly the same distance. And Bob Fish is like screaming at him something.
Yeah.
And they do a really good job of making it look like they're talking trash. They're communicating about how to book the match.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. And there's a lot of that going on for a good stretch because they got to pretty much probably rebook the entire first half of the match at least.
Right.
Sans Alexander Wolf. So eventually Bartel, he sets up for a powerbomb on Roddy. While he has him up, Cole tags himself in, kicks Marcel in the knee. Undisputed Era gained the advantage. Bartel is isolated for a good stretch. O'Reilly has the upper hand, and he starts talking trash to Walter over in the corner, and that allows Bartel an opportunity to gain the upper hand. He hits a leg sweep. Walter's back in. He clears the ring. He absolutely destroys Kyle O'Reilly. He goes for a power bomb. O'Reilly reverses it into a guillotine. Walter escapes that, sets up for a German suplex on O'Reilly. Roddy goes in, tries to make the save. Walter says no. He German suplexes both of them.
Yeah.
Bartel's in. He and Eichner hit a wheelbarrow DDT on Roddy, I think. No, O'Reilly. Imperium have the upper hand. And then, Walter just destroys O'Reilly with a huge chop. Yeah. Gets it to. And it felt like these guys are going to put it all out there regardless. But after Wolf got hurt, after, they kind of have to rebook the first part of the match, it really felt like they're like, okay, well, if we're going to have to rebook this, we got to, go for the gusto here.
Yeah.
Because like the way Roddy sold that German suplex, he about landed on his head.
Yeah.
And Walter was over.
Super over.
Yeah.
It literally, when they were chanting, it was undisputed.
Walter.
There is no Imperium there. Falling. Cancel that. It was the Walter was supremely over.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, like once they figured out the flow of the new match,
oh man, it was great.
It was really terrific.
It was really great. So Walter's going for another powerbomb. Nothing on Alexander Wolf's condition.
There is. I was gonna wait until you were done with the match, and then we'll talk.
We'll take
there's a bunch of notes here for the Triple H's Facebook conference thing.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that after the match.
Sounds good. So Walter goes for a powerbomb on Kyle O'Reilly. Instead, Kyle O'Reilly crawls through Walter's legs. He gets the tag to Roderick Strong. Roddy clears house, and he's not afraid of Walter. And Roddy can lay some stiff chops, and he was laying some stiff chops on Walter. He was going back and forth with running elbows, and then Walter just drops him with a massive clothesline. Eichner's in. Roderick puts him in the Boston Crab. Eichner eventually escapes, drops Roderick Strong with a flurry of strikes. Bob Fish gets the tag in. Imperium regains the upper hand. They go for their finish. Fish escapes. He gets the tag to Cole. There's back and forth between him and Marcel. Eventually, Cole hits Ushi-Hiroshi. Walter's in to break up the pin. And then eventually, all the other members of Imperium are out of the ring. Walter's in there surrounded by Undisputed Era, except for Adam Cole. And they beat him down to the corner. They toss him from the ring. They set up an announce table to put him through it. Walter makes a comeback. He's setting up for a powerbomb of Roderick Strong through the announce table. O'Reilly breaks that up. Walter eventually fights back from all that. He puts Kyle O'Reilly on the announce table, sets up for a powerbomb. Undisputed Era save him, and then Roddy hits an Olympic slam on Walter through the other announce table.
Yeah, it looked brutal, and it took Walter out of the match for a little bit.
Yeah, they were really booking Imperium like the faces in this match.
They were, yeah. And I mean, it was obviously something that happened on the fly, but losing Alexander Wolf only enhanced that. It really did, you know? I mean, you don't want to see it happen, but the fact that it did, I think from a crowd's perspective, from the storytelling perspective, really helped.
So Cole setting up for last shot 1.0 on Bartel. Bartel escapes. He drops Adam Cole. Kyle O'Reilly, I think, jumps off the second rope. Bartel tosses him to Eichner for that stalling suplex thing he does, and Eichner had to really power him up. And then Bartel drops Roderick with a belly to back. Cole then hits a super kick on Bartel, and then Eichner. Eichner was jumping off the top rope for that second one. And then hits last shot 1.0 on Bartel, gets a 2 count. So Bartel's trying to get back in the ring. O'Reilly hits a dragon screw leg whip on him. Fish kicks him in the leg while the ref isn't looking. And then O'Reilly hits a top rope knee on Bartel's leg, puts on a heel hook. He gets to the ropes. And then Eichner hits a moonsault on O'Reilly to kind of break up the hold. And Eichner helps Bartel out of the ring.
Yeah.
And then at one point, he's kind of cornered. So to save Bartel, he tosses Bartel back in the ring and takes a beat down from Strong and O'Reilly, I think.
Yeah.
So they're beating up Eichner ringside. That allows Walter a chance to get back up on the apron. Bartel goes for the tag on him, tag to him, can't get it. He eventually kicks O'Reilly, tags in Walter, and he just starts chopping everybody.
It was great.
Chopped O'Reilly in the back.
Yeah.
Adam Cole a couple of huge ones in the chest.
I think he did the thing with Fish where he
bent him
backwards.
Backwards,
yeah.
And did the huge overhand chop. Towards the end of that, Cole hits Walter with 2 super kicks, goes for a last shot. Walter escapes that, hits him with a chop instead. Walter folds Roderick Strong in half with a power bomb. Follows with a top rope splash, and while he's kind of getting up from that, Cole hits him with last shot 2.0, goes for the pin. Bartel breaks that up. And then we have the stare down between the two teams. Hockey fight ensues. Walter locks us. This is funny. Walter locks a sleeper on Bob Fish as the ring kind of clears out. O'Reilly's back in. He puts a sleeper on Walter.
Yeah.
Walter fades a bit, enough so Fish can fight out of it. They hit total elimination. And then just like mayhem breaks out. So it's just Fish and Walter in the ring. Fish goes for a moonsault. He misses it. He gets up. Walter hits a shotgun drop kick. Power bomb to get the W.
Crowd goes
for
crazy
Imperium
for him too. Crowd goes crazy for Walter winning that match. That's how it had to go down, man. Oh, so good. So good.
That was something else.
So not a lot of news about that stuff. He said Triple H said they are lucky that was the only injury in the main event. Yeah. He got caught in the chin and was knocked out. The medical staff decided he had to get out of there, and Imperium was left in a 3-on-4 situation. That's all he said about it, though. He said of this, of Walter, he said, Walter is a machine. Shawn Michaels said they are former friends from the past who come to NXT UK and have been superior in Europe.
I talk about Imperium.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
The members of Imperium, yeah.
Because they were ring comp before. They see what's happening here and want to be dominant. They made a statement. He also talked about NXT in the Royal Rumble. He said, you can expect to see some involvement, but declined to say names. He said the Rumble is one of his favorite matches ever, and Regal was having conversations. This is kayfabe. Regal was having conversations with Raw and SmackDown. He said they need to be careful because NXT could dominate the entire thing, which means don't expect a whole lot. Don't expect involvement.
Well, not in the men's one, not a whole lot, but in the women's one, I think is going to be pretty substantial.
I hope they get something.
And yeah,
this is from by the way,
the line about being dominant. That's Shayna's winning.
Yeah. This is, by the way, PW Insider. This is their rundown of it. So thanks to them.
Yes.
He also talked about DIY versus Mustache Mountain. Neither team had been teaming of late, and for them to come together on short notice and then tear the house down, it showed a lot about them. There was sportsmanship and character, and then they just slugged it out. HBK said it was phenomenal for what they can do. They've been through everything together like Triple H and Michaels had been during their era. They always bring it back to them. Let's see here. Triple H announced this Wednesday Regal will announce Adam Cole's challenger for TakeOver Portland and teased it will be epic. They spotlighted the word epic there. He also said this about the Cruiserweight Championship being held by Jordan Devlin. He said it'll be a big thing for the NXT UK brand. Fans will be able to follow the belt there and back here to the States.
I wonder if they're going to have the Cruiserweight title kind of be the mid-card belt. on NXT UK then.
I could see that being the thing. I mean, it could serve as the NXT Prime is even so stacked. It could be like the sort of the TV title for Prime, and then the mid card for the UK. I mean, if you take the Hosses out of the situation, like a Mastiff, then a lot of those guys are
You would qualify for
yeah.
205 and under belt. Yeah.
Let's see if there's anything else. No, that was pretty much it. He said Triple H said it felt like they went back to the first NXT Arrival event when they launched on the network, or the first Blackpool takeover, like they launched a franchise. To do this, he said, to do this once a year or whatever, or to do a World's Cup type of event down the line is special.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really cool.
So yeah, just
Fun show.
Absolutely terrific show. Just a terrific show. Tomorrow, of course, we will be live for our reactions to the Royal Rumble. Cal will be with us.
Yes, maybe Hilton. We'll see.
No word on Hilton. He told us. We asked him, "Are you going to show up?" He gave us a bunch of info, and then but
none
didn't
of it was
actually
useful.
say.
None of
Yeah,
it was
it was all
helpful.
useless.
None of it was helpful.
Apropos for who we were talking to. Anyways, I want to let you guys know. Also, we have now on the channel a new Teespring store where we have anti-cold garments.
Yes, we do.
We have the Friendo Club hoodie, where you get the Friendo Club logo on the crest, sort of on the pocket area.
Over the heart.
Over the heart. And then, of course, full size on the back. And then also we've got long sleeve shirts that are similar. And then very soon
More.
we will have
more
we'll
of a better
be
stuff.
restocking.
Not about better, but more.
We'll also be restocking the Friendo Club shirts,
Yes.
sticker packs
Yes.
at friendomarket.com. And also we've got, we'll be putting more stuff up there at Friendo Market. They've got, the Teespring store. They've got also, and the link is in the description, they've got all sorts of great stuff. They have socks that we can customize.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the socks. I need new socks.
And more other stuff. Too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I should have said more. More better is not enough.
I'm gonna do like
Friendo Club's like the best looking thing we have.
I'm going to do like no, it is. We're going all in on that. It's a new initiative.
It's all inclusive too.
When summertime comes around, I'm going to take a look at the tank tops and maybe do like a Friendo Club but with sunglasses and like on a blue with like gold.
Friendo Club beach party.
Friendo Club beach party. That's what it's going to be.
It's good. Some palm trees in the background.
Like a barbecue or something.
Yeah.
Palm tree. It has to be palm trees.
Yeah.
A sunset.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Some cold beer.
Some cold beer in a little
cooler. Well, if that's the case for every season, we should do one. Earth tones for fall.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do a Christmas one.
Snowbanks for winter.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And then for spring, I guess, everything's in bloom. Flowers and such.
A flowery one? I don't know. We're going to run into the ground like we do everything else here in Going. Want to say thanks to everybody for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.